Hey guys, I've got a bunch of updates for you regarding this mysterious raid boss or Varkid boss that is supposed to be behind this door on Ascension Bluff on Borderlands 3. There's an arena that's blacked out and no one has been able to access it, and these doors right here are the entrance, and you're supposed to go in and what we think is fight some kind of a Varkid boss, maybe something a lot like Vermivorous the Invincible. Before Borderlands was released, IGN was showcasing a bunch of guns, and during this showcase they showed this boss inside the arena. So I had gone over to investigate the area and I was noticing some strange behavior from the Varkid adults that were able to fly around in this area. When I went up to the door, they would follow me but then ignore me and then go headbutt themselves into the door. And since we haven't been able to figure out how to get in this door, we were thinking maybe this is part of the steps or something like that. It was definitely interesting, but I do have more information about that most likely totally debunks that idea, and I'll show you guys that later on in the video. But after I'd seen this weird headbutting, I was thinking maybe it's not working because we need maybe 4 players to increase the chance of a badass to go headbutt the door. So we got 4 players and we got on true Vault Hunter mode to hopefully increase our chances. And shout out to John, Flirt, and Sir Carson JF for helping me out with this. We went in there and messed around a little bit, but obviously nothing happened. We couldn't get anything to open this door. We couldn't even get a badass to spawn in. And I've gotten several emails where people were saying they were able to, on solo, get those elemental badasses to come near this door, but they would just stand there and do absolutely nothing. They didn't go to the door and headbutt it or fly up into it like the adults do. So there's a few things I want to show you with this, and there was a data miner that got into the coding and found some information, and they also were able to go into an area of the arena that we've never seen before. And shout out to Saga, he messaged me and he has this video here where he shows going through the exit door. Once you're in the arena, you're done, you leave, you go through this small area, and this is where all the chests are going to be that you're going to loot when you complete the fight. So it's definitely set up for a full-fledged raid boss of some type fight, and this will be the reward area. This ledge right here might be where you actually get a red chest, or maybe some of the silver-white chests will be up here. Saga also had some other information that might tell us that this boss fight is not yet set up to be live and playable. But before I go over that, I want to show you something that can be found in-game that lets us know that we could expect to see something in this arena eventually. There's a mission that you accept from Sir Hammerlock. It's called Malevolent Practice. He wants you to go over to the Anvil and check on some of his prison gang members. When you get to the Anvil, you learn that Troy has been doing experiments on these gang members that are friends of Hammerlock, and Hammerlock talks about feeding Troy to a certain maybe giant monster. I'll let you listen.
Join the family. Honestly, this is on you, man. Mercuvio. Gone. He taught me how to cheat at dice. What I wouldn't give to feed Troy Calypso to KORILAX the Invincible. And KORILAX owes me one.
So right there we hear about something called KORILAX the Invincible, which we've never heard before in the game and certainly have never encountered. If you're familiar with Borderlands games, then you know that Hammerlock is associated with the invincible creatures like Terramorphous the Invincible, Hatterax the Invincible, Vermivorous the Invincible, so anything that is the Invincible is typically a raid boss. And I think a lot of people that have heard this line are thinking that yes, this Varkid boss here on Ascension Bluff is probably KORILAX the Invincible. So the doors to the arena we cannot get open, and people have noticed the same doors on other maps in other locations. And by checking out how those doors open, maybe we can figure out how to open the ones on Ascension Bluff. Here on Athenas, you have to interact with Ava, and she goes up and actually can open the doors for you. So for this location, you need an NPC to open and activate the door. On Conrad's Hold, there's the same door, and you have to go through it to do a side mission, and for this one, there is a switch on the ground that opens the door. So those are definitely 2 possibilities on how we might access it. So now to the debunking and also the Datamined information. I went in here earlier to just look around because this door is similar to the other one, and I just wanted to see if there was anything that could correlate to what we're dealing with on Ascension Bluff. You got the same door and lots of Varkids, and when I was messing around in here, I went up to this door that doesn't go anywhere and it's lit up. It looks suspicious. So I climbed up here, and what do you know? The Varkids just headbutted it just like they did the one one on Ascension Bluff, which made me think that this could be a pathing error, and it's not any kind of clue of how we might access that door. But who knows? But for me, I feel like it's pretty debunked after seeing that. And going back to Saga, again, shout out to him. He messaged me and said that he was digging through the code and he didn't find anything that said KORILAX or KORILAX the Invincible, but he did find some lines of code that said there was a Varkid boss. And he said even though there was some information about a Varkid boss, that boss itself is missing its models and other assets. So maybe they've kept it out of the game files to do further testing, or maybe it's meant for a later DLC. I just think it's strange though, because in the previews for Borderlands 3 before it was released, IGN had footage of them being inside that arena. So what's going on there? Another thing that was interesting in this area with the Varkids on Conrad's Hold is that there is a ammo crate or chest that has not been opened yet or accessed. It's locked right now, and everybody that's finished all their missions and have 100% completion on this map still don't have this unlocked. I have no idea what's going on here, and I'm not saying this is related to this Varkid boss, but we're looking for things that are activatable and things we haven't interacted with yet to give us any kind of clues. If any of you guys know what this is all about or have been able to access it, definitely comment down below or email me glitchingqueen@gmail.com. But let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you next video.
This is great. We make a great pair. Which is to say, yeah, I'm great. You look great holding me, but it's really great.